It's finally caught up with you, Mr. Mike Dean. You finally realized that after all of that posing and everything, you ain't Pierluigi Collina. And I'll get to Pierluigi Collina, but let's just deal with what has happened. The Soucek red card. I think I missed the one against Martial, which I think he did it as well. But I think I looked at the Soucek one, which was for West Ham. This is why it's so bad. Where him and Lee Mason, I think they need to just sit down or maybe just be suspended from refereeing. And also get to the death threat as well, which is stupid but dangerous. I'll explain everything. First of all, the incident. If you look at that in quick motion, you still, let's say this was back in the 90s before VR. If you viewed that, you it's still as was it intent? Yes, he technically his elbow made connection with Mitrovic, but when you look at it, did you see a boom? And using your intuition, we're not robots, we are human beings, we have intuition, we have intelligence, we can read things, we can look at things. So when you're viewing that, does that really look like Susek was trying to violently elbow Mitrovic? We've seen these things happen. For Zidane, he was trying to violently harm Materazzi. There are certain guys that they're trying to harm guys by actual violent conduct. Totti against Balotelli in that Coppa Italia final. He was trying to harm Balotelli. He was trying to kick him. You didn't even need VAR. But you have VAR. So if you're even unsure, you can go to the screen. And here's the thing. In VAR, you should look at it in two speeds. Let's look at it in slow motion so I see everything. But your decision should be made in normal motion because trust me, things look worse in slow motion than in normal motion. Life isn't in slow motion, it's in normal motion. And you should be able to view it 300, 500 times in the motion that it normally goes through when you're watching a match, which is regular motion, not 5 times, 6 times slow motion. Then you make a decision. And my thing is between you two clowns, you viewed that however many times you wanted to view it through all the angles, and you said Susek elbowed Mitrovic through violent conduct and he should be sent off. When if you used slow motion, you would have seen he was trying to get his arm out of the way, and Mitrovic, if first of all, Mitrovic, it didn't even make contact. So if you look at it through slow motion, which you can, this ends in 1995, this is 2021. It really can. You can see that he didn't even make contact with Mitrovic and he fell down. So anybody with a brain viewing is no. Of course, you have to overturn this. And because I was thinking that are the FA just going to be extremely stubborn and be like, nope, we're going to defend Mike Dean. But they knew that looking at this and viewing this, it's so cut and dry. It's so obvious it has to happen. And I think why it's so bad is that it's, I think, two of it that have been overturned. And here's the thing about I want to talk about the death threats and I'll talk about Mike Dean. The death threats are stupid. But see, the death threats are now linked into Mike Dean. Death threats, come on, guys, stupid. Same thing with racial tweets towards people and so forth. Yes, we love the sports. Yes, the sports is amazing and so forth. And we do get angry. Yeah, of course, there are times that I said, this referee, you absolute bastard. What's it called? '09, semi. Bro, I told you, if I saw a referee that night, I would beat the crap out of him. But there is a line. I'm not going to send him death threats. I'm not going to racially abuse him. I'm not going to personally abuse his family. But that referee, was it overboard? So I can't remember his name. It's '09 semi, Barcelona and Chelsea. If I met him in an alley, I think I would try to beat him up. I would try to fight him based on how angry I was at that night at what I felt the referee robbed Chelsea of a CL final. But there's a line. There is a clear line. So I think that it is very important. Let me just put this in. It is very important to be aware of what the line is. And sending death threats to someone's family because of a refereeing decision is far too far. Now, this is now where we now link into Mike Dean and why I brought in Collina. You see, Pierluigi Collina was the first superstar referee where you knew about him. You knew what this guy was about. And he was a personality. So much so that you saw him on one of the video covers of Pro Evolution because he was just because he really brought himself into it. But he was an excellent referee who took no crap from people, always controlled the game, always made decisions, but he made the right decisions, and he was a very good referee with managing to control the game but making right decisions. Mike Dean wants to be like a Collina, to have that kind of impact, to have that kind of control, to have that kind of respect towards people, and to become like a superstar. Let's keep it real. The way Mike Dean you've been moving, you've always wanted to be a superstar. But the difference is you have to be a good referee. It's the same thing when I talk about right backs and left backs. You know, for a right back and left back, I know you want to cross, you want to score goals, you want to look sexy and everything, but you need to understand the discipline of your defensive work. Which is why you have to respect what Ashley Cole and Lam do. Ashley Cole is great going forward. He can cross the ball, he can shoot, he can take free kicks and everything, but he knows how to defend. Cafu, he could go up and down, make crosses. Was almost a right winger, but he knew when to get back and defend. So Mike Dean, you can show that I'm this, I'm that. You're famous, you're viral, you're trending, and so forth. Oh, Mike Dean is this, Mike Dean is that. But you have to know how to referee. And the issue with Mike Dean and what you now put yourself into is you've put yourself out there. You've bought into your fame. You've bought into your hype. You've now made yourself center of attention. And by doing so, if you are a bad referee and you make dumbass decisions, you make yourself attacked. Death threats are bad. Of course they're bad. But for Mike Dean, you've put yourself in this situation where you're now a target. The spotlight is on you. So if you mess up, guys, it's that Mike Dean dude. It's that Mike Dean dude there. So, like for me, see, English referees, man, this is why you're not picked for tournaments. I can't remember his name. I think it was the '06 World Cup. I think it was and I think this is what I think was like the lowest points for English referees in an international tournament. I think it was the '06 World Cup. I can't remember the dude's name. I think he actually retired afterwards, where it was Croatia against someone. I can't remember who it was. It was Croatia against someone. And the referee gave this player 3 yellow cards. So he didn't send him off. No. Yes, he gave him like a second yellow. He didn't send him off. So he had 2 yellow cards and he kept on playing. And I think guys were like, and he just kept on playing. Thank goodness that didn't change things, because I think, but even if it didn't change things, you're like, okay, what would have happened? How would the game have changed if he had been sent off and Croatia had 10 men instead of 11? So it was like, it's probably the biggest mistake I've ever seen a referee make, not sending a player off where you have your card book where you record. So for English referees, they have to be retrained. They have to. Because what makes it that bad? You didn't send the guy off at a World Cup? A World Cup? What if that was a freaking quarterfinal or a semi-final? But this again is like, you have the technology of VAR. Between you two guys, Lee Mason and Mike Dean, you looked at that and you didn't send him off. What if that happened in the 54th minute and West Ham lost the game? So West Ham had to play the game for 20-something minutes with 10 men, and they lost the game. And you see where West Ham are right now. West Ham are trying to get into top 4. So what if this was the 54th minute? He was sent off, and West Ham had to play with 10 men, and they lost the game. 38 games are played. At the end of the season, West Ham missed top 4 by a point. Then they're like, bro, Mike Dean pretty much effectively cost us and being in the freaking Champions League and the money that comes with the Champions League. So this is big boy stuff. So I think for Mike Dean and so forth, chill, relax, retrain. Go and look at the referee's handbook again. Figure out what violent conduct is. Figure out what if a foul is. Because if it was the right now for Mike Dean, I don't know whether he's going to return right now, because death threats are serious. So he may not really return, or he may take my advice to him, take 3-4 months off, chill out, and come back a better referee and retrain. And realize you ain't Pierluigi Collina. You're not that dude. Be a good referee first. Make the right decisions first before you even think about trying to be a Pierluigi Collina. moving forth. Like David, subscribe.